lens kept fogging up when I was walking here. It is so hot. But it is a beautiful day. Grateful to be alive. Let's head to the museum.
For your safety, please stand back. Destination.
I love this part of the city. It's the area where all the museums, not all of the museums, but a lot of the museums are. It's where the JFK Museum is famously, but everything is covered in bricks and trees and it just feels so small towny. Ooh, we're coming up on the museum. Okay, let's go. It is bright and early Monday morning. As you can see, I just got back from a little adventure. I have work in about 30 minutes and that tells you everything you need to know about this vlog. I wanted to bring you along with me this week just to, I guess, keep myself accountable, but also inspire you to have balance in your work life and your personal life. I have found in my early 20s that it is so incredibly important for me to have things that I'm looking forward to, hobbies, little communities that I'm a part of outside of my work week. It really prevents burnout. It really helps me to feel fulfilled and overall helps me to do a better job at my job. Not that the purpose of life is to be a perfect little cog in the capitalistic machine, but you know, a means to an end. We do need to keep a roof over our head. So yeah, I just got back. It was really sweet actually. My partner booked these tickets for me because if you don't know, if you live in Dallas, the Dallas Holocaust and Human Rights Museum, I think is the formal name, tends to do free admission on days like today, Juneteenth, or holidays associated with human rights so that the community can come in and have access to the displays if they normally can't purchase a ticket, which is really cool. And it's really nice because on days like this, it's typically really full and the energy is so high and it's just nice to be around people who live in the city. I'm still buzzing coming off of the conversation I had with my Lyft driver on the way home. It's so funny how small the world is. He was telling me how he plays cello. And so we started talking about music and I told him about Revelers Hall, which I've talked about numerous times on this channel, but it's a jazz club in the Bishop Arts District that I absolutely love. I went there for my birthday last year. He's like, oh, I actually know people who work there. I'm trying to get my band to perform there. I'm like, oh my God, I hope I see you there. It's just really cool. It's cool the way that life opens up, especially after such a period of hopelessness. If you've been keeping up with my vlogs, you know that I came out of treatment earlier this year for some mental health issues and I'm in recovery. I actually just got a recovery tattoo yesterday, which is a different vlog, but I'm really excited. You literally cannot even tell what it is right now because of the healing process, but I'm in a good place and I'm feeling really inspired and I'm feeling really sweaty. So I have some really fun stuff coming up this week, but not fun in the extravagant sense. I'm not going on a trip anywhere. I'm not spending thousands of dollars on things. I just have a week full of small joys and moments with friends and book club and things like that that I can't wait to bring you along for. And I hope that I can inspire you to carve a little life out for yourself within your community outside of work. With that being said, I am gonna do my best to show you my work life this week enough for you to get the gist of how much work typically stresses me out and how I counter that with my personal life. But I won't be showing you that much of my workday because A, nobody cares. B, there's not much to show without being too revealing, and C, that's not the point. That's not the point. Anyways, I've got 20 minutes now until my workday starts. I'm gonna spend the next 10 minutes or so checking off a couple things for my to-do list. I did already eat breakfast before I left this morning. I'm already pretty good on my water intake, which is extra important because of how hot it is right now. Sorry, this is just my internal monologue. And I really believe in the power of just setting a 10-minute timer and knocking out things that maybe you've been dreading or things that just really need to get done. It makes the biggest difference, and it also helps with Sunday scaries because then I don't have this huge list of things to do on Sunday. I can actually spend my Sunday doing things that are fun and just maybe spending like 30 minutes cleaning the house. You know what I mean? So on today's agenda, I've said this before in my morning routine video and probably in so many other videos, but I love to use a paper calendar, but I also really love to use Google Calendar because it has the task option and you can actually mark things as done, and then you can actually look back on your month to see how much you've accomplished, which I find is important for me because I tend to gloss over my productivity. Like I can have the most eventful day, take care of so many things, but then 3 days later I'm like, I haven't done anything in a week. So being able to see my history and being able to see, no, actually I have done a lot. As I get older, I try to challenge the idea that productivity equals worth, but it helps me to combat those lies that my negative self-talk tries to give me sometimes and be like, listen, these are the facts. I'm proud of myself. Here are the receipts. So, okay, I need to send a couple emails. I need to call my psychiatrist, which I'm not looking forward to. I need to check on a refill. I need to give my dog her prevention. Oh, I get results back from my doctor today. I need to do some editing and I need to do some laundry. So with the time I have, let's knock out laundry really quick, throw that load in, and then we'll clock in a few minutes early. That way I can start stress-free. Let's do it. Oh, and thank you for being here. If you've never seen me before, my name is Rosalie. Does anybody else feel like their name sounds so weird coming out of their own mouth? I'm sorry. I will never get over that. Well, maybe I'll get over it. Anyways, can I have one cohesive thought? Hi, my name is Rosalie. I'm 23 years old. I just recently filmed a get to know me video, so I will link that here if you want to go watch that, because on a regular basis I'm pretty bad at self-introductions, which I know is not a good thing, but I'm working on it. I live in Dallas with my partner and our 2 pets. I work from home. I am really big on hobbies, really big on things like mental health, balance, creativity, and just generally enjoying life through accessing my inner child. See, how do you introduce yourself in a way that doesn't sound corny? I gotta go. Let's do laundry.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Prologues. Just a guest.
Alrighty, we're getting started with the workday, and today's agenda is a bit unconventional. I actually have to install a new computer. For what reason, I don't know, but IT tells me to do something and I do it because they know more than me about that. So we're gonna set this up, and then I actually have a couple of meetings to go into. I sound so adult. I promise my job is not that important. It's really not important at all. I mean, everyone's important, but like, you know, anyways, let's get into this. Fingers crossed that it is a seamless process because I'm setting this up on my own. I really hope I don't have to call anyone. And I really hope that my anxiety does not prolong this process. Let's do it. I actually am not fully sure what's in here because I have 2 monitors, a laptop, and like a docking station. I don't know if we're replacing just my laptop, but that's what I'm guessing because the box is not very heavy. Oh, okay. QR code. Okay, it says allow 60 to 90 minutes. Time sensitive, do not delay. Okay. One of my supervisors just told me that she had to do this about a week ago and that it really didn't take that long, so I don't think it'll be that bad. Oh, this is pretty. This is much more chic and modern than my current one. A little unboxing, even though I don't own it. Wow. Okay, before this turns into a tech tutorial that literally nobody asked for, I'll check in with you when there's something more interesting to talk about.
The other end connects to the laptop. Once the dock is plugged into a power source and connected to a laptop,
Rosalie, you can continue working on the old computer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no problem. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Okay. Well, I got kicked out of my computer. I don't know what he did, but we had to be on the phone for like half an hour. He accessed my computer. Now the cloud is loading my stuff. So I'm just trying not to touch anything. This is where I'm at right now. Okay, so this is a perfect opportunity to habit stack, and this is a perfect example of how I maximize time, which can be exhausting. So do this at your own discretion because it can be a little bit much to dip your toes into multiple things at once. But my computer is literally downloading things from the cloud. I'm just sitting here. So in order to use this time productively, I think I'm just gonna eat the frog and do the thing on my to-do list that I'm dreading the most, which is call my psychiatrist's office. Please be nice to me, please.
This call is being recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Hi, my name is Rosalie.
You're welcome.
Okay, I was dreading that so much, but it went better than I expected. So if you needed some sort of motivation to make a scary call because you're terrified that it's gonna go very badly, this is your little glimpse of hope that maybe it'll go better than you're expecting. Who knows? Okay, let's get back to work.
Good space.
Hello, it's a few hours later. I am in a brand new PJ set, freshly showered, about to start a new book, and then make a little meal. Truly the ideal circumstances. I broke one of my rules today. Normally, I'm really strict about not staying at my desk once the workday is over because it helps me establish work-life boundaries. But today I sat at my desk for about an hour after the day ended because I really just wanted to tackle some things on my to-do list. It's a Monday, so I figured if I could just sit down with no distractions for 30 minutes to an hour, I could make the entire week go by better. So I did that. We went for a little walk, but we couldn't do much because it was 97 degrees out today. So it was one of those days where I was physically carrying Roxy to her patch of grass and then bringing her right back inside, because there will be no heat stroke in this house. No. And then I just did a big clean. I was kind of disoriented because I couldn't do my regular night routine. If you're curious about what that typically looks like, I did just recently post a video, so I can link it here. But I have a really good routine that I've developed for winding down. But because my tattoo is healing, I can't do any exercise for a few days, which I'm a little worried about because I really heavily rely on movement to get a good night of sleep. I really struggle with my sleep, so I'm hoping that it doesn't affect it too much just for these few days. Tomorrow I'll probably go to yoga, even though I'm not supposed to, and I'll take it easy because I cannot miss yoga. It's just good for my mind, you know, and I can modify. Anyways, like I said, I'm about to start this book called Green Lights. It's by Matthew McConaughey. It is the book that was chosen for my book club this month. Do I love a memoir? Yes, absolutely. Am I looking forward to reading a memoir about a man and his life? A memoir written by a man? However, book club is in 2 days and I have not started it. So for the next 2 days, I'm obsessed. For the next 2 days, I can't put it down. I can't get enough because I gotta get it done. And maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. It does look really cool in terms of the graphics it has. It's like a scrapbook-esque kind of setup. We shall see. Maybe I will be pleasantly surprised. Either way, I love bonding with people over books and I cannot wait for book club. I will definitely be taking you later this week. I'm making a meal tonight that I'm so excited about. Good morning. I'm leaving therapy and heading to the post office because I need to mail my best friend's birthday surprise. And then I think I'm gonna go stop and get a coffee. I had to wash the gunk off my hands because I was violently squeezing the crap out of clay for an entire hour while I sobbed on my therapist's couch. But it'd be like that. I'm a little emotional because tomorrow marks 1 year since I met this therapist and she has drastically changed the course of my life, truly. But that's a conversation for tomorrow. Let's go. Happy Tuesday. Oh my god, do you hear the cicadas? And this humidity on the lens? Please, that's Texas. Thank you. It's so funny because I'm home now, obviously. It never fails when I'm in a conversation with someone and then I switch to Spanish and they like do a double take and are like, Eres Mexicana? And I'm like, yes. I mean, I can't blame them. And white passing, but it's just funny. It's always a double take. Like when I was in the car right now, the Lyft driver literally did a double take and looked up in the mirror at me like, what did you just say? But it makes me, I don't know, it makes me proud. It expands the world, you know, in a way that allows me to connect with more people. And I don't know, there's like a light switch that goes off in people's heads when they realize that we have that in common. I don't know, it makes me feel less alone in the world. Anyway, I have work in 20 minutes. I need to eat some breakfast. I will catch up with you later. This white chocolate macadamia cold brew is making me a Starbucks girl again, I fear. It tastes like Lucky Charms, truly. Okay, hall monitor. Hey girl. That one coworker that micromanages everything. Sometimes she'll just randomly come and sit by me and look up at me like, what are you doing? What's happening? Sometimes she'll even hop up on my lap. It's very cute. I can't say I mind it, but look at me actually finishing my coffee. Oh, hello? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. You're like, tell me, please tell me it's the best article you've ever seen.
It's okay, baby.
Let's go. Hi. Good, how are you? Hello, it's about 4 p.m. I still have a couple hours of my workday, but I wanted to check in with you because it is storming violently outside. Also, happy Wednesday. We've made it to the middle of the week. Cheers to us. Bro, you can't even see anything. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there's literally sideways rain. It's insane out there. Let me see if I can show you. I'm kind of scared. Oh, Roxy gets so scared of the storms, but I know it's a bad one when he's scared. Hi, Eddie. It's okay. Come here. It's okay. Good boy. He's all jumpy. I was sitting at my desk and all of a sudden I just see him run from one side of the room to the other, and I realized it's because there was huge cracks of lightning. So I guess we have 2 scaredy cats and not just 1, but that's okay. I mean, I feel for them because they really can't understand, you know? Like, they don't even understand the concept of a car. Like, how am I supposed to understand the concept of a storm, you know? So all we can do is just tell them it's gonna be okay and be there for them. She just got meds, so those should start to kick in any minute now, but it's okay, mama. I know. I love you. Oh my gosh. Also, speaking of pets, I have such exciting news. I got approved to be a foster for kittens. Not necessarily kittens, more so cats. I signed up more for like elderly cats or cats that have a hard time getting adopted. I'm not really opting into baby kittens that need to be bottle fed and all of that because those cats just honestly don't really have as hard of a time being adopted. People want cute little kittens, but it's the older cats that have a harder time finding homes. So anyway, we have had the bug to adopt a second cat for such a long time now, but we have just really tried to proceed with caution and make sure that it's a wise decision just because we do travel quite a bit. There is a certain level of consideration that has to be taken into account for costs with vet care and food, and when we have our pets that are come by, that's a third pet to take care of. So I mean, the benefits do definitely outweigh the cons, but we just like to be as smart about decisions as possible, especially because cats, fingers crossed, live for such a long time. So it's a commitment to make sure that you'll be able to provide them with a life that they deserve. So yeah, in the meantime, happy little medium I thought would be making an impact by fostering. So I'm very excited. I got approved and I need to get that process going, but very soon you'll be seeing us taken a little temporary addition to the family, which I'm really excited about. I think it'll be great to see how he interacts with them. I honestly think he's gonna love having a little playmate. He's honestly convinced that Roxy's a cat. Like, I'm sure he thinks Roxy's a cat because he's constantly grooming her and playing with her. They just can't get enough of each other, which I'm so grateful for. But there's nothing like a cat and cat bond, you know? Him entering my life was meant to be, truly, and the circumstances of me rescuing him couldn't have been different because he was alone at the rescue that I got him from. But I do really wish that I would have been able to adopt a litter mate with him. I know they didn't have access to his litter mates, but I just know that there's so much research about how beneficial it is for two litter mates to be raised together, or just two kittens to be raised together in general. A lot of people have the misconception that cats are solitary animals, but they really do thrive on community and love just like anybody else. Of course, they need their space just like anybody else, but there's so many cats and dogs, but we just can't have another dog in our building. I would love another dog, please, but I don't think I would get another dog until we have a yard to provide them with. It just feels like it would be a selfish choice. A cat is more feasible because we keep our cats indoors, so, you know. Anyways, that's another tangent. But it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, yes, I'm trying to be as responsible with the decision and careful about the decision as possible, but there are so many cats that need a home. I have a home, you know, I have a cat tree already. I have a litter box. I can get a couple more. We already buy cat litter. We already buy cat food. We can buy a little more. We can figure it out. Like, it just feels like I have a moral responsibility to adopt another cat because I have the means to give them a better life than they would have in a shelter. You know, not that shelters are awful. I mean, a lot of shelters are amazing. The people who work there are so dedicated to what they do. Of course, it depends on the shelter and the funding and the city, but SPCA of Dallas is wonderful. The facilities are huge and clean. They actually have a couple days coming up in the summer where their adoption fee is discounted by like 80%. So I would definitely take a look if you are considering rescuing a pet. Oh gosh, I've been talking for such a long time. I'm gonna finish up my workday, maybe make a little coffee, a little second coffee of the day because it just fits the vibe of a rainy afternoon. I have book club tonight and I'm very excited to see our book club friends, eat some snacks, and just have some social interaction. And it'll be so perfect to have book club in the midst of a storm. Can you think of anything more dreamy? Anyways, I will check in with you later. Good morning. It's a couple days later. Happy Friday. I have new hair. Hello. But before we get there, book club was amazing on Wednesday night. I always forget how much I end up being glad that I pushed myself to do an activity after work and just how much it rejuvenates me even when I've had the longest day. It can be so easy to clock out of work and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna cancel. I don't have the capacity to talk to anyone or do anything. And while there is a time and a place for that, and that's totally valid, valid. There is also so much value in pushing yourself to be social or just do an activity alone after work. Just get outside of the house generally, because I find that 9 times out of 10, I end up getting home at the end of the night and being like, oh my gosh, work feels like it was forever ago. I feel so far removed from the day that I had. So yeah, I'm glad I went. Always nice to talk to my book club friends. There's nothing like that feeling when you've known people for a while, but you can start to feel yourselves getting closer and surpassing that threshold of acquaintances. It's a really cool feeling. So the elephant in the room, I did get my hair cut yesterday. These are salon fresh curls. I'm enjoying it while it lasts, because if you know, you know. There's nothing like the way that a trained professional can style your hair. I made an entire vlog dedicated to this process and to my tattoo process that will be going up either before or after this. You'll see it soon, but I'm feeling good. Ready to go into this Friday. It is intermittently stormy outside. When it's thundering, it is thundering, and when it's chill, it's like, what are you talking about? I was never thundering. So we'll see what we get today. It's actually really funny. The other day after I last caught up with you, our power went out and my workday got cut short, which I guess was a blessing in disguise, but that was just so weird because that literally never happens, and it storms here quite often. But yeah, I have a meeting that I'm about to hop into with a coworker that I really love. Can't wait to catch up with her. And then I'm going into a long weekend because I requested the day off tomorrow for kickboxing and a family party. So to be quite honest with you, I am trying to be positive, but I'm also just trying to get through this day. So I will check in with you when I have something interesting to show you. I wanted to share a little tidbit of advice that I just thought of. It's really not that complex, but it's a habit that I have that I think makes a big difference in my work life. Every single day when I get in, maybe not every single day, but the majority of days when I get in, I send a message to my team, basically just being like, good morning, or happy Wednesday, or hope everything is going well for everyone today. Something motivating, something positive, something friendly. And I find that doing so, A, makes the culture a culture that you'd want to be a part of, but B, also motivates you to be that day on days when it doesn't come naturally to you. Because if I'm already known as that person who has high morale and a good attitude, then on days when I'm coming in feeling depressed or stressed or overwhelmed or whatever the case may be, life is insane and we operate on a spectrum of feelings. It's to be expected, but knowing that I have that reputation makes me want to continue it. It makes me want to step into that persona when I get into work, even if it doesn't feel like the most natural thing in the world on my hard days. And then in turn, it ends up making me feel better. It's kind of like that annoying science fact about how when you smile, you get into a better mood, which is, like I said, annoying, but proven. Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. It's my best friend's birthday. I sent her a package that was filled with a card and some seeds for planting, stuffed with confetti, so when she opened it, it went everywhere, balloons, and then like a little sash for her to put on and say it was her birthday today. Let's call her really quick. Hold on. Hi, Queen! Hi, Queen! Say hi. Oh, it's cute.
Now that's right, call that the whole.
Good morning. I just finished a kickboxing class. It's about 9:40. It was okay. I'm gonna be really honest. I was so tired and so cranky waking up this morning, and that's just how it is. Sometimes, realistically, I always end up being so grateful once noon/1 p.m. rolls around and I've already had myself a day. But sometimes after working a full-time job, waking up early on the weekends is what you know you should do to get the most out of your time, but it's what you don't want to do. So I'm proud of myself for showing up today. I also had a moment with one of the girls. The first week that I was here, I'll never forget how encouraging she was, and I really, really needed that at the time. And this week the roles were reversed, and that was just a really wholesome moment because I was able to be there for her, and I was able to give her a pep talk. So if nothing else, even if it wasn't my best workout, it was a spiritual experience. And for that, I'm grateful. The baby hairs are going wild, as they do when I'm sweaty. I have another kickboxing class tomorrow, so I have a chance to be better. Better in whatever way that means to me. We have a family party that we're going to today. I'm excited to style my hair for the first time. I got some new products at Target last night, and we're gonna have ourselves a good day. Oh, last night we went to a performance night that highlighted queer talent in the area at this coffee shop slash community center called Union. It's in the neighborhood. It was so much fun. There's nothing like being in a group of people simultaneously cheering all together and feeling the weight of that, feeling the love that surrounds you all. If you're in Dallas, I recommend stopping by. They're a really cool place, and they actually have something called the Have Your Ass Fund, which is a fund that the community can donate to and the community can pull from for things like bills or unexpected car troubles, things like that, which is just so cool and so important. And the owner went up on the stage and said this whole speech about how if you have religious trauma, she's the owner of this shop, but she's also a pastor, and she basically was like, whoever needs to hear this, you are worthy of love just as you are. And I was like, why am I gonna sob? But those spaces are just so important. So I thought I'd spread the word if you're in Dallas and you're looking for a place to feel seen and held. Look at the tattoo. I look like such a cool girl. Okay, let me wash this sweat off my face and then let's have a day. Let's have a Saturday.
One of those in years.